there, it's so nice to see you. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a really special one, a really fun one. I am so excited to be here. This is a little cottage that we have booked in the New Forest. If you haven't heard of the New Forest before, it is an area in the British countryside which is known for having a lot of wild horses, and it's really pretty and nice, and we're just here for a couple of days. My partner is with me. He's inside at the minute, hiding from the sun. And yeah, lately has to turn this into a bit of a creative/writing retreat. I'm going to be working on my book. I'm going to be working on my cozy, witchy, middle grade fantasy Project Voice, and my boyfriend will be working on something else. We're here for 3 full days, so 4 nights. We arrived yesterday and just so settled in, got some groceries, had a little explore around the area, and then this morning we went on a little hike right after breakfast and we saw some wild horses, of course. Today is actually going to be the only sunny day that we're here, so I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible. So I really want to do some writing outside. We've got a little sitting area situation up there behind me with some tables and a really pretty view, which I'm about to go and show you. And I'm just so excited. I'm gonna actually be starting Project Voice, which, if you haven't been watching my last few videos, I've been brainstorming that project for about a month and a half now. It's not a brand new project. I have attempted a draft 0 of it before, but I didn't get past Act 1. And this time I am determined to dedicate some proper amounts of time to it and just really get stuck into it. And it's a book that happens in nature. It's a spring book. There's a lot of foraging plants and making potions out of plants and just lots of flowers, and all of the seeds happen outdoors, and I am so excited because it's the perfect book to be writing in this absolutely stunning location, and it's gonna be so fun. So let me take you behind me and show you where we're gonna be setting up our writing space.
Stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
Hello, I hope you appreciate the scarf and coat combo, because this is realistically the last outfit you're going to be seeing in this vlog. It's only getting colder from now, but it is currently 6:30 in the evening. The sun's just come back, although it's pretty windy and pretty cold. Hopefully not too windy for you to hear me. And yeah, I'm just about to sit down for my last writing session of the day. And I realized I haven't really filled you in on what I've been doing, so let's do that first. I am still on chapter 1, admittedly. I am currently a couple of paragraphs into chapter 1, but this is my 3rd attempt at writing chapter 1 today. So I haven't just written a couple of paragraphs all day, I promise. It's been a bit of a rough start. I had an idea for what I wanted chapter 1 to be, but the first time I wrote it, it just wasn't sitting right. And then I tried tweaking it to make it better, and then it just wasn't really good enough, and I've just been back and forth a bit. I had a little bit of a workshop session with my boyfriend over dinner, so I had an idea of what I was going to do. I tried it, it didn't work. It just feels like the first act of the book just doesn't have enough tension in it. It's very, very slow. It's very cozy and very fun, and I really like that, but nothing's happening and it just feels a bit boring. And I thought I'd fix that. I thought the new idea for chapter 1 was going to be so much better, and it doesn't necessarily, like, the scene isn't bad, but I think because I'm jumping straight into the action this time around, I just haven't taken the time to establish some of the basic things that I need to establish, and that's making this feel a little bit info dumpy and a little bit like covered in flashbacks because I'm trying to explain things, not like actual flashbacks, but just going back and forth a bit. It just doesn't feel nice, like it's not very streamlined, it's a bit all over the place. So I discussed a way of fixing that with my boyfriend, and that would be making this chapter 2 instead. But that doesn't necessarily feel like the best thing to do either, because then chapter 1 is kind of boring again. It's similar to what I originally had as chapter 1. So I think what I want to do now is go back to that chapter, the new attempt at chapter 1 that I'm a couple of paragraphs into, and just rewrite it again one more time, trying to keep some of the things that I figured out into account and just trying to make it better. And if this doesn't work, I might have to do a completely different approach, either what my boyfriend suggested or something different. All the leaves are being blown into my pee. I'm gonna have to go back inside and sift that a bit. It's covered in seeds.
Let's take it back a few good years to when the world was ending. Let's take it back to me and you. You called me up and said that you just got your driver's license and that there's nothing we can do. Running every light past the city of Pasadena. Had Cecilia on the radio. Swear I could have died right there and I'd be happy. Guess time tricked me, 'cause where'd it go? And I wonder, I wanna know if life gets any better. Pretend like it's rain and talk about the weather. Play the tape of when we were stupid kids, middle fingers up. I wanna know where those days go.
Ignore the absolute bad hair, but in a surprising turn of events, it's actually sunny today. I think I'm going to go inside now because it's getting pretty cold, but I've just had probably the best writing session so far during this retreat. I think it's not that any previous session hasn't been good, but this is the first time where everything I've written I want to keep. I am not scratching this version of chapter 1. So, basically towards the end of day 2 of the writing retreat, we finally cracked the opening page. Hi! So, we're back inside because even though it looks sunny outside and it's only actually 7 p.m, as soon as the sun gets like that direction enough that the house is sort of putting the garden into shade, it's just far too cold to be out there. It's okay in the sun, but it's really windy and really cold. So we're in here, but the windows are really big and gorgeous, and I'm still enjoying the view as I sit here and write. And we finished chapter 1, finally. I did end up starting again, and basically the chapter 1 that I've been working on for all of yesterday and this morning is now going to be chapter 2, and I'll need to rewrite it to make a chapter 2, but I've got a new chapter 1 and I'm really happy with it. I think it works a lot better, it's a lot nicer. I really like the voice, I think it's really fun, and I'm really excited. It feels like we're finally making a good start into this book, like the draft is finally going well. I was a bit worried that I was putting a bit too much pressure on myself because I'm only here for a couple of days. It's like I want to get some progress into my book done, especially seeing as we're just starting the draft during this writing retreat. I wanted to at least draft 1 chapter, you know, but also we've been outside a lot, we've been going on a lot of walks, which is very much what the plan was. We just want to be around nature, and I never really planned to write for more than 2 to 3 hours per day, which is about what we've been doing. It just so happens that the 2 to 3 hours that I have been writing have not been going very well, but now they're going a lot better, so that's good. Yeah, so chapter 1 is now complete. I do have the urge to go back over it and make it better, but what I was doing yesterday when I was restarting over and over, that was what I would call good edit as you go. That was me realizing that the plan that I had for this chapter wasn't good enough, and trying it in different ways and writing it again with certain elements changed to make the actual story work better in a way that is important for me to do now, so that I can figure out if things need to change for later on in the outline. And just, it felt not necessarily good because it wasn't going great, but it was needed. It was something that I want to spend time doing. The urge that I'm having now is to go back over what I've just written and line edit it. And that is what I would call bad edit as you go. We do not need to line edit because I might end up changing my mind on what chapter 1 is again. So we're not touching it. We are moving straight on to chapter 2. I'm not actually sure whether I want to do that now, because on the one hand I think I still have a bit of energy if I wanted to do that. And as I said, it's almost 7. I can probably go for another hour or 2. And I could probably finish chapter 2 in that time, given how it's already not done, but I have written it in multiple different ways now. I can pick out my favorite bits from each of the different attempts, get rid of some of the info dump that is now presented much nicer in the new chapter 1. And just, I don't think it would take very long to actually finish up that chapter and make it good, now that I have established all of the things in the beginning. But I kind of wanted to do some painting while I'm here as well. I've brought my watercolors with me, and they're still in my suitcase. They haven't seen the light of day yet. In part because this area is known for having a lot of wild horses, which is absolutely wonderful and has been so much fun to see. But wild horses have ticks, and ticks have illnesses, and I do not want to sit on the grass. Or whether I would absolutely love to sit on the grass, but I think it's a very bad idea for me to do that. So I haven't been taking my watercolors out on hikes because we haven't been stopping, we've just been walking the entire time. And anytime that I've been out there when it's actually sunny and nice, I've been writing. So what I think I would like to do is possibly, this might be a little bit tricky, but I think I want to move this table over to where that door is, and then kind of sit at that door and then paint the view. I haven't done watercolors in quite a long time, but I got a new watercolor sketchbook for Christmas and I still haven't opened it. It is literally still in its packaging. and I want to open it, I want to paint in it, and what better view to paint than this one? Can I have a hand?
We're barricading ourselves.
Not the most comfortable painting location, but I think we'll manage. And look what I've got. It is A6, 30 sheets of 200 grams per square meter paper. I am so excited. This is really nice paper. I sort of have to straddle the chair a little bit to actually get in here, but I can see the view. And I have a table. Listen to the birds. Isn't this absolutely delightful? I cannot believe that today is the final day of this writing retreat. I have had such a wonderful time. I was so concerned when I realized that the weather forecast was going to be cloudy and rainy for the entire week. It's been basically sunny the entire time. Like, I am so happy. She says as a cloud comes overhead, but it's been sunny like 80% of the time. It's been fine. Everything's been wonderful. I sat down inside to do a little writing session after a hike this morning, and we had such a nice hike. Yesterday was probably my favorite hike of the 3 that we've done. It was the longest. We did 8 kilometers, which is about 5 miles. And we weren't planning on doing that much. We just sort of were heading towards a really nice area, so we kept walking, and then eventually we were just really far from home and we had to do a loop to get back, and it was absolutely delightful. I haven't been taking my camera with me hiking. I've been taking some pictures on my phone and stuff, but I took it the first time round and it was just a bit uncomfortable because I was carrying far too many things and I wanted to concentrate on actually walking and having a nice forest bathing experience, if you will. And yeah, it's just been such a nice routine. Like, I love getting up, quick breakfast, going on a hike, and then coming home to write for the rest of the day. My boyfriend said he was concerned that I was going to get bored when we booked the holiday. He thought that I would want to be going to touristy places and stuff in the area, which are all like an hour drive as a minimum. We are very much in the middle of nowhere here. If you are familiar with the New Forest area at all, the southern side of the New Forest tends to be where there's a bit more of a touristy area. There's a lot of like cafes and restaurants, and there's a castle and some other bits. And the northern side is less popular, but honestly, look at it. This is fantastic. This is the perfect place. I want to move here, please. Like, we've been going on these hikes every day, and we've been out for hours, and most of the time we see maybe 1 or 2 other humans for the entire day. Like, it is so quiet and so empty and just so wonderful. Told you there was a cloud coming. But yeah, after a hike this morning, I had a little indoor writing session with my matcha, which I gotta say it was nice to drink an entire cup of matcha without having branches fly into it. That was rather nice, because my battery was dying a little bit on my laptop, so I just plugged myself in. It is still charging in there now, but I think I should have enough that I can move myself back out here to my little favorite writing corner in the entire universe. This is the most delightful little table, and the view is just absolutely perfect. I'm not sure if I'll get time for a writing session tomorrow, but I still have quite a few hours left that I can just sit out here, during which there should be sunlight. And then when it gets cold again in the evening, I can have another writing session indoors after dinner. So we still have plenty of time to make progress on the book. I am currently halfway through the second chapter. So during my indoor writing session, I went back through the original chapter 1, all 3 versions of it, picked my favorite start, my favorite middle, and my favorite different little bits, and so Frankenstein things together, removed some of the info dump that is now explained much nicer in chapter 1, the new chapter 1, and I'm basically at the point where I'm through that chapter to the same location as I was originally. But the chapter's not over yet, because I never actually finished writing chapter 1 because I kept changing my mind. So we are past that initial bit that's been giving me so much trouble. We are now on to the fun bit. I'm not sure I've told you anything about this book really, but the original chapter 1, which is now chapter 2, is my main character Olympia sneaking away from home at the night of her birthday, so she's turning 12 at midnight, and going to the hidden witch market in town. I can hear some horses. And I am at the point now where she is in the witch market. She is talking to one of the ladies at the stall, and she is buying herself her own little magical bracelet for her birthday, and it is so cute. So far everything's been going well for her. Things are about to turn around as she is going to try and exit the witch market and realize that there's a witch hunter looking around, and she can't use the main entrance, and how will she get home now, and oh no, what's going to happen? And yeah, I'm so excited to settle down over there and write that. I am very tempted to have a second matcha, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have a cup of warm apple tea, and we're gonna finish the chapter. I'm so excited. Hello there, you are currently on the windowsill because my boyfriend decided to pack my tripod in a desperate attempt to get me out of the cottage sooner. A failed attempt, I should add, because I'm still filming. We are leaving today. We are almost unpacking. I've done everything except for the stuff in the fridge, because we're doing that last minute, obviously. And yeah, it's the last morning. We are supposed to be out of here by 10, which is in 1 hour. But there is a rain prediction in a couple of hours, and It's a really long drive. I don't know if I've actually mentioned this on this channel at all, but we bought a car, which is how we got here, and we are both very new drivers and very anxious drivers, so we are going to be leaving a little bit early to avoid the worst of the rain, because we got caught in the rain on the way here and it was absolutely terrible. So I was kind of hoping for one final writing session outside, but I don't think I'm gonna get that. I think we are just gonna be heading off quite soon. But that's alright, because I am really happy with all the progress that I've made on the book during this week. It's been absolutely gorgeous. It's been so nice. I love sitting here, even just on this desk inside. Like, I can see all the trees out the window behind you. It is such a nice view. This morning I opened up the curtains to let light in, and the first thing I saw was a bunny in a garden. I just love it here. I love it so much. I want to come back. I don't want to leave. In terms of actual progress on the book, yesterday I made it through the first scene in chapter 3, and then I had a bit of an outlining session in the evening and pulled up my copy of Save the Cat again, trying to get better at actually using outlining methods up front and not after draft 5. And I've gone back over the Act 1 outline that I had and made some changes to make up for the first chapter changing entirely from what I had planned, and then gone into detail a bit because my outline was very vague and very loose. It's still very vague and very loose, but Act 1 is now outlined in a bit more depth. Not much, but a bit. And I think I am actually quite happy with it. I am very excited to write the next few chapters, and I think it's gonna be really fun. The cottage is making all sorts of noises at the minute, so I am going to wrap this up here, finish packing, and then we'll be off. Thank you so much for joining me on this writing retreat. It's been such a pleasure having you around, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Anything to add, my love?
I've only gotten there for a bit.